case here in Las Vegas where about 12 other IMC individuals have sustained a 20-month long boot camp with AZD, the number one player on earth. And my day consists essentially of growing. Whoa, this thing didn't start. Dang. Okay, you guys are. What happened here? Okay, there we go. You guys missed the intro. So, uh, my day consists essentially of growing accounts with content from AZD that I clip or whatever. I have someone else clip. And then I get in communication with those guys. They eventually find the social media accounts. They eventually, because all the accounts link to AZD's personal stuff, they eventually find his personal stuff. And then you can see for yourself multiple relationships, tens, nines and tens, lots of girls. You go back as far as you want. He posts prolifically. So, but the thing about it is his social media is also his game. So that means, I mean, anybody, and there's very few guys, but anybody that's had multiple women, like in deep relationships, knows that you have many more than multiple women around you. It's just two or three rows to the surface, unless you're doing low-level multi-relationship game, which is like by proximity or out of necessity or something in third world country, but out of proximity and hypersexualization in the modern world, then guys will get with multiple women. But chances are those women are banging other guys or talking to a lot of other guys. And if they're not, then chances are that guy has sold his soul to multiple women. So he's doing better than other guys. He has two wives or three wives or something, but he's still beta under them. That's what I see after training with the top guy for so many years. It's just obvious the difference. So for the other guy, which is a very rare guy that has multiple women and he's above them, he has more than just those multiple women. And so what I'm saying is that eventually the guy discovers AZD's personal accounts, and you may be totally diseased with toxic skepticism, or you may be able to see with your own eyes the truth of what it is. It was very obvious to me 10 years ago when I found his YouTube that the girls in his YouTube videos or whatever were really in connection with him. That it was different than like you see a lot of guys with podcasts, whatever, they hire models or whatever, OnlyFans girls or something. Uh, or a girl somehow she just wants the followers. It could be an influencer or something. I've seen lots of coaches have girls. Really, honestly, it's a minority of coaches that can even get girls on camera with them. That's how bad their game is. Then the guys that do get girls on camera with them, it's not a connection. They hired someone to be on camera with them and they're spitting it up with fucking about game or something with them or demonstrating on them. There's some um, instructional videos or something, different pickup coaches, they have women in there and they're like demonstrating. But again, the girl seems so uncomfortable. It's so weird. If you had a girl, you wouldn't subject her to weird touches and looks and proximity to a bunch of weird guys, which is what every guy is that starts learning game. Every guy is in general. There's minority of guys that are not totally weird. It's hard to measure outside of if there's a beautiful woman next to them. You could interview them and talk to them about business and money and whatever. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's just nothing compares to having a woman in proximity to you that you want. You want her. Whatever that kind of woman or standard of woman is for you. When a woman is around you that you want, then you'll see a lot of nervous reactions and unconscious behavior and shit. You say and do things. Yeah, you probably are. Everybody is. And the thing is, like, I don't want to get sidetracked. But brother, if you want to come live, it'd be great to dialogue with somebody because that's really where the magic happens. So again, I'm captain of IMC, been around for 9 or 10 years, studying AZD pretty thoroughly. I'm a PhD before that, so I studied obviously engineering and stuff, high level wrestler before that. Somewhere in there, I entrepreneured out on yoga. So my name is Yogi Chris. Still really good at yoga, but do other things. And dedicating to IMC is way more important. I do plenty, meditate twice a day, 3 times usually, and yoga, whatever. So I'm still Yogi Chris. But what I'm saying is the it was obvious to me even 10 years ago the difference in authenticity when you're really flirting with the girl versus you just hired a girl to be on camera with you. It's very difficult to get a girl that you just hired. I know because I've done 60 or so model auditions. We used to run model parties and my girl found all those girls for me and blah blah blah. I do all these auditions and I see the other guys do auditions while I run them. And it's difficult to get a hired girl to flirt with you and make it, you can't fake swelling lips and blushing cheeks and you can fake batting eyes. Guys don't do that. I'm saying the girl can fake that, but it's hard to fake eye dilation. Like real indications of interest and attraction are hard to fake. And when you have a girl that's hired, it's hard to make that happen. And if you can, then that's great. That's game. Or get a girl that isn't hired, but you have a real connection with. So it's if it's not obvious to you comparing AZD videos with women and other guys with women, then there's no hope for you right now. You have to be able to notice the difference. If you don't know the difference, then you'll never know the difference when you're in a relationship with a girl. Jesus. Man, like if you can't even see that, then uh you got a lot of other delusions, a lot of other ideas in your head muddying your perception. And the number one thing a woman needs a man for, because there's a lot of things she can take care of herself in the modern world with, but the number one thing she cannot ever take care of herself, what's up, is perspective, man. Her perspective may be better than the next guy, but she's looking for a guy who has a better perspective. That she seeks it, she needs it, a better perspective of life, more survival value, more creative, less emotionally reactive. Those are all perspectives. It's a masculine perspective. She can't have a masculine mind. If she does, even trannies aren't that. Like a girl who thinks she's a guy still doesn't have a masculine mind. You just got to see it. It's different. Everybody's playing a fake game. The vibration is off. It's like if you ever learned about music, this is a great analogy, by the way. If you ever learned about, and I just made it up and I just know how perfect it's about to be. If you've ever heard about music being like off frequency, like 440 hertz is the bass A note or whatever it is. And but somehow that disturbs human consciousness. Like there's science on this. I didn't get deep into it because there's fucking everything disturbing human consciousness. I spend my life researching that. I'm doing something else. But supposedly, like 432 hertz is the true A note, and it's more soothing if you can shift all the music. They have this. If you look up your popular favorite song, whatever, and look at it in 432 hertz. Let's say you like "Good Riddance" by Green Day, and you're like "Good Riddance" 432 hertz. Somebody's come along and adjusted the frequency so it's down in a more soothing frequency. Okay, it's kind of like that, where all the music everywhere is off frequency, except for the few that have hacked the frequency. Everyone's idea of masculinity is actually off. They don't know what it is. They think they know. You and everybody thinks they know. Even me thinks I know. I may be able to prove that I know better, but what I can definitely show is AZD is apex at that for 16 years. He's been the top that I can see around the stability, longevity, quality of the women, quality of the relationships. I mean, you just got to go see the personal accounts yourself. And if you're so cancerous in your skepticism that you can't see it, then I don't know what to tell you. Either stop watching or just stop watching. Because if you're going to be a hater about it, then that just goes to show how valuable your life is to you, that it's worth it to hate. And if you think you're saving the world from someone, then let's look at your relationships. Like before you try to save someone else's relationships, why don't you save yourself on your relationship? There's never any haters of AZD, and there's lots of them, but there's never any haters of AZD who are doing well with women. That should tell you something. First of all, winners don't got time to hate. Haters hate. Winners just win. So that's a first sign of a hater. And then just look at their lives. Like it's just not what it is. So that's enough said about that. What am I saying here? I grow these accounts. Eventually, somebody gets to AZD's personal, and then, like me, the guys that become students are the guys that see, dang, like, not only does this guy make sense, but he's clearly getting women. Maybe I don't want that woman, which is rare because his women are fine, but you just don't look at him that way. But it's like that's clearly at that standard, at that level, the way, okay, yeah, I want that. I don't see anybody else doing that. I see maybe one or two guys on the internet of the world. I see one or two guys with a girl like that, a girl like that. And so it's like the curiosity. What do you do? Okay. So then here, Yogi Chris comes. Here's some private content. Here's some unlisted stuff. Here's some more proof that AZD doesn't want distributed publicly. He's not pimping his girl's looks. It's not like, let's see how fine she is. I want to see your eighth girlfriend. No, dude. I'll tell you what, you come to class and he'll show you. And class isn't cheap for that reason, because he's just not pimping his women. And if it's cost enough, you're just not going to join. It's not actually worth it to you to pay hundreds of dollars to see a picture of his eighth girlfriend or something. And it's not like he's showing it off. He's just like, just so you know who I'm talking to, blah, blah, blah. Because you got to know the quality of the woman to measure the game. That's why all the game coaches, like, where's the woman, dude? One of the greatest pickup artists who ever lived is swooning over a 40-year-old woman. That's great. I'm not saying if you're a 50-year-old man, don't get a 40-year-old woman. I'm saying, bro, like you got to know your audience. Your audience doesn't care about. And if you're just doing it for yourself, well, then let's look at you doing it for yourself. That woman destroyed your life before. Don't you think she's going to do it again? Why are you cutting off other options just for her? What are you doing? You're the best player in the world. And let's look at the next best player. Dude, you're using drugs. This is the next best player. Dude, you signed your balls away again. Let's look at the next best player. Bro, you can't keep a relationship past a few months. Even though you got a rotation of women, you are in chaos. Like, those are the best players I can see. That, and I'm in this space. I've been in this, like I said, I'm a PhD. I know how to research. A lot of guys, you could dog on PhD, but you don't have one. Do you know someone that has one? You definitely don't know anybody that has one that also studies game. And if you do, then I would show you, well, who are they studying a game from? Because it's just making them more liberal, more weak, more whatever. So to start off, that was like the whole intro or whatever. To start off with AZD's game, you need to be a man of your word. If you say you're going to do it, do it. If you say you're not going to do it, don't do it. And if you change your minds, then update people. I changed my mind. And now make it make sense if you care about their opinion. And if you don't, then who gives a fuck? Why are you telling them anyway? If you do care about their opinion, then you update them with why, and it makes sense. You can always change your mind as a man if it makes sense because you're logical. Like if you have better information or new information, like you should change your mind if it makes a difference. Otherwise, you follow through. You follow through. If you don't follow through, that's not good, man. Your character lacks. Like I said, a woman needs a man's perspective. A man's perspective is he follows through with his word. That if he says it, he's about it. Because at high pressure situations that men throughout time have found themselves in, when you said you were going to do it, you better do it or men will die. Comrades will die if you don't do what you say you're going to do. Right? So, AZD's system of game doesn't even start with women. It starts with just be a man of your word. That's called discipline, integrity, honor, like those basic qualities that every Boy Scout, every martial arts kid, like a lot junior ROTC, like that's what men should be. Doesn't mean they should be like Boy Scouts or whatever, but like those are the qualities that make a real player. Because to be a real player, you got to be ethical. You got to be honest to a degree. I mean, it's like I don't tell you all the secrets of my life. I'm on stream. Does that make me dishonest? No, it's just not for your ears. But if I say it, I do it. If I'm about it, if I say I'm about it, I am about it. And if I say I'm going to do something, then I do it. Basic. Next, you need to understand that once you become a man of your word, your um, attitude, you could say frequency, vibration, energy, blah, blah, blah. But let's just say your attitude, your mood, your emotional state. What emotion are you in right now? Is what's transferring to the girl. If you're fidgety, if you're nervous, if you're anxious, if you're fearful, if you're cautious, if you're arrogant, if you're lustful, like what is your emotional state? You're transferring it. You need to become relaxed and comfortable around beauty. All those guys that talk so good on all their business interviews and making lots of money and whatever, put a beautiful woman around them and watch how they change. I'm around a Brazilian black belt, Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt in a really authentic lineage of Gracie jiu-jitsu, and I'm around him. And his jiu-jitsu is great. He whooped my ass. But a couple girls in class, too much radar. Too much, dude. You're like dripping for those girls. You don't know the man's character until you put a beautiful woman around him. And those girls, I mean, for the jiu-jitsu community, they were fine. In regular life, they were okay. Like, okay, cool. I mean, I go to the biggest clubs in Vegas. Like, so I see beauty a lot. I interact with a lot of beauty. I have a beautiful girlfriend. Like, you gotta get comfortable with it. There's no faking it. You like you nobody can be comfortable for you. How are you going to do that? You got to get around women. How are you going to do that when there's so much resistance inside and outside? You don't have the right communication skills and you don't have the right mindset. You won't even get there. So you just sit at a distance. The journey looks a lot shorter than it actually is, guys. You actually got to get started and it's going to take a while. How do you transform your nervous system to be comfortable around beauty? If you can't do that, forget about game. Just go back to be a man of your word. It's like, just stick there. You'll do all right. You'll do better than most guys in life, the long term, in relationships, if you just be a man of your word. Forget about getting rid of fidgets or whatever. You'll get an ugly chick and you won't be uncomfortable around her and you'll have a good relationship with her because you're a man of your word. Don't lie, right? Now, if you could get comfortable around beauty, now you got a different, not now you got a different level of success available to you. You're a man of your word and you're comfortable, relaxed around beautiful women. Now what? Now you got to change your character, my friend. And AZD hasn't codified it like this. This is my codification of like that. Like I said, I what I do is I get grow accounts and get guys involved. Eventually, I get on the phones and talk with guys. That's why if you're online, you should talk with me. If it makes sense, you should talk with me. If it doesn't make sense, then you should stop watching me. Like so, it's obvious. Everybody should be talking to me right now. I think I got somebody on Zoom. Zoom, if you want to like raise your hand or something. So be a man of your word. Become comfortable around women. Now, how are you going to do that is like, how do you get around women? I mean, I don't know. Start by walking around the park or something. Like, you got to find where there's beautiful women and get in there and get comfortable. That's very difficult to do as a lone wolf. We have a system here in Vegas that if you came and learned what it is and how it is, you would not only learn it, but you would become more comfortable with women because you would get a lot of exposure. We know what we're doing. Once you get comfortable, now you got to change your character. You have mirrored people all your life, starting from the beginning, mom and dad, uncle, whoever was around you, older brothers, students, media. You've just been modeling people, mimicking, and that's how you adopted your character. You had your natural inborn tendencies, and most likely it got invalidated and critiqued and just suppressed left and right. Nobody let you be you, they wanted you to be them. And so you were young and helpless, and that's you just were molded like that. So now you're older and you're getting the results of your character, how you communicate, how you respond, how you look, how you groom, how you smell, your habits boomerangs back to you as the effects you create. So if you want to change the effects, you got to change your character and have some certainty because it takes a while for the vibration to ripple through society and come back to you as benefits. And you're always going to get noise and what do you call it? Disturbance, I guess. Just I forget what it's called, but it takes time to come back, and there's going to be all kinds of tree branching effects that come back to you in different times. So you could be good for 6 months and some bad shit comes back to you that you did 2 years ago. That's your karma, bro. You got to stay consistent. That's why you need to have certainty of your character because you'll start going with a new character for 2 or 3 days and you get invalidated and you're like, I'll give that up. I'll go back to the way I was. Bro, you got to stay consistent. You've dedicated 25, 30, 35, 40 years to being the bullshit character that you are just mimicking what you were brought up with and never changing it. And now you just change your character for a few days. You got to give it some time, man, and be persistent. Be a man of your word, comfortable and relaxed. And then understand you're getting the results of your character. You got to change it. You got a whole bloodline back in time dad, dad's dad, dad's dad's dad, including mom, mom's mom, like all dads and moms all the way back that just transfers down through the kids. Slight changes because of acculturation, slight changes as the person improves themselves. We're better than our parents for the most part. I mean, I don't know. This generation is kind of questionable, but your habits with women, you're in a globalized world where women have a lot of access to guys. And, there's just how do you separate? You could play the money game or you could play the character game. Character is AZD's game. The kind of character that she just can't have anywhere else. It doesn't matter how rich he is. The response to life is fearful, is timid, is still scarce or lustful. They haven't overcome those things. They've overcome money scarcity. Like, that's great. We all want that. But I don't want that at the expense of not working on my character because I won't be able to handle it. I see all the rich guys get divorced, all the rich guys get taken advantage of by women and just spending money for women so they get the sex pleasure that they want, but not the heart gratification. They still don't know how to connect because they don't improve their character, because they don't face the fact that their game sucks, that they're buying affection. That's different than paying for a girl's phone bill who's your girlfriend. Are you buying affection? I don't know. If she's your wife, you're probably paying her bills. Like, what's the difference? A piece of paper and a contract. So that's different than dropping 10 G's for a girl to like come to your hotel suite or something. That is stupid, right? Okay, so that's the basic my I don't know, inference or whatever, proposition. AZD system, integrity, discipline, be a man of your word, comfort, relaxation, particularly, especially, and exclusively around beautiful women. That's great that you can lay down after yoga and relax. Now put a beautiful woman around you, not in yoga class, but in life, and be comfortable and relaxed. And she's interacting with you. And she's liking you. Oh shit. Comfortable and relaxed. Now understand how you communicate and respond. That's just a mirror of your past. It's your character, man. You've been molded that way. And you won't know your unconscious communication habits until the beautiful woman is soliciting all of your unconsciousness. You're triggering all the lust and all of the I want you, and that's the guy's programming. And then you're just comfortable, relaxed, and talking to her and seeing the soul, namaste, blah, 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 whatever your game is. And eventually, bro, if she becomes your girl, you're going to bang her thousands of times. And eventually, you're not even going to want to have sex with her. You're going to be relating to her, bro. Just get there now, and she'll give you the sex. Character is the ultimate DHV. Yeah, it's a very vague statement, but yes, your DHV is in your character. All the DHVs of the game are mimicking a high value character. That's why those players just can't keep relationships because you can't fake forever, bro. How many stories are you going to steal from an alpha male? How many gestures are you going to steal and put out of context and just work on your delivery until the girl believes it? Bro, eventually she's going to be in a relationship with you and get to see that you're a faker. You're going to DLV yourself later. So the character is the actual DHV of relationships. And relationships is AZD's game. Again, AZD game is a relationship game. If you wanted to be a pickup artist, be a pickup artist. He was the top pickup artist and pickup coach for 2 years in a row back when he learned it. And then when you aren't a bullshitter, you have real value and you have so many women, you eventually get multiple women. And when you have multiple women, you got to start adjusting your pickup because you may be picking up in ways that just destroy your reputation around town or, is embarrassing to your girlfriend. And it's one thing if she's controlling you, but if you have three girlfriends and they're all kind of cringing at how you picked up that girl, that's no good. That's no good. What are you doing wrong? Is there like maybe all three of those girls are wrong, or maybe you did something unconscious that demonstrated low value. So relationship game ends up calibrating your pickup very, very, very high, way beyond what pickup artists do. They don't realize how much they're DLVing themselves by they still chase women. And the best, admittedly, the best know how to get hot women into bed. And then they can't do anything after that. And you sleep with them a few more times, keep doing gimmicks, mimicry, and eventually crashes. Every single pickup coach ever. The best. That's what happens. What are you going to do? You're going to learn from the best. And what's the best do? He keeps his shit exclusive and expensive so that only the truly desiring make it happen. IMC. Be the best. Fuck the rest. You guys got any questions? Because that's the end of my stream. I got no more mic drops right there. Questions, dialogue, come on live. I'll give it like 20 seconds. There's a few of you. You got like 20 seconds to say something. Say something. Say something. Come live. Say something. I got some haters that watch my YouTube streams. I wonder if they're on. I want to see. Go ahead and comment if you're a hater. Dang, 5 people. Dang, so I got a bunch of people over here on YouTube. IMC TV, Masculine Mindset. Right on, right on. Let's see what comments we. No comments? Dang, you guys are all watching, not commenting. Somebody throw a comment. I'll give you 20 more seconds. Otherwise, we'll end it. I got stuff to do. Going out tonight, taking a visiting resident around. He's here from Europe. New guy coming this Friday from Austin. Next week coming from, I think, Fresno, California. Bunch of new guys. Women's Fitness Center opening up. Then the Martial Arts Center opening up here. Vegas is just getting bigger and better. Okay? 10 more seconds. I know it's not official. Why can't you answer the comments? I don't see any comments. I just saw that comment. So rewrite your comment if I didn't see it. I'll also comment my Telegram group if you want to come to the Zoom stream, because then it's easier to dialogue. Haters are probably afraid to come to the Zoom stream. And if you're a girl, don't come to the Zoom stream. But let's see, invite link. So if you wrote a comment, that was the first comment I saw on YouTube. So write it again, please. Here is Lex. Here is the Telegram group. If you want to join it, you can join the Zoom and dialogue. 6 guys on YouTube now. Okay, guys, I'm ending. If you just joined, you missed a killer talk. Difference between venues. No, wait, what does it say? 7 the master. Difference in venues. I heard getting girlfriends in clubs is less likely. That's why Arash does hired gun game. Can you elaborate on difference in venue to the type of girl and game? Um, AZD does hired gun game in every venue. Hired guns are typically the most beautiful women that you're going to find there. And if you find a hot chick that's like a customer of a venue, she's probably transient, meaning she's like just passing through. It's harder to build relationships with girls that don't live in your town, you know? So hired guns live where you live. So that's why I pick up guys that go to clubs, especially in like Vegas or Toronto. It's a lot of tourism. So you're gaming tourists and it's easier to fuck tourists, right? But it's harder to build relationships. Usman, dang, one of those guys. Lex, if you want to write your comment, then just rewrite it. I heard, by the way, I think this guy's a hater. I don't know. Read some comments. So as I read it, if it's really pathetic, that's what it is. Otherwise, if it's a guy that wants help, then I'm obviously happy to help. Hey, Chris, I heard you mention that around 33 guys moved to Vegas. Oh, around 33 guys moved to Vegas, but after a year and more than half dropped out. That's a pretty high attrition rate, man. What do you think is the main reason so many people left? Like, was it financial pressure? The training was too intense, personal issues, or something else? Just trying to understand what I'm getting into. Oh, okay, I think that's yeah, Seth, man, bro. In another universe, if I could set you, unleash you as a mercenary, I got some guys for, but we're not in it. We're on Earth, so let's keep it chill. Um, yeah, so I don't know the exact number because there was an initial wave. There were 35 guys that lived in 7 bases. We had 2 bases. Base was like a house where IMC guys lived together. And the master, if I didn't answer your question, I'll come back to it. Just say any more about it. Uh, so there were 2. The first one was in San Jose, and there was 5 of us. And then the second one opened up in a couple different places. It dissolved and then opened up again in San Jose, and there was like 5 more, I think, there. And then base 3 Los Angeles, base 4 Vegas, base 5 Phoenix, base 6 Los Angeles also area. LA is a big area. And then base 7 was in Vegas also. That one barely got inhabited. That one just got up to like 1 or 2 people living there. It was a 3-bedroom house. Then when we moved to Vegas, everybody came to Vegas except for base 6. Everybody in base 6 dropped out. So up until then, there was a very low attrition rate. The thing is it was just a very high entry level. So it was very rare, not very rare. It was like new students each month were like 5 or less, but dropouts were like 1 or less. So it was accumulating since COVID. It was accumulating up to about not quite 300, about 250 students that were in his membership program, and then of them maybe about 100 or 120 that were doing advanced trainings. And then when we moved to Vegas, base 6 drops out. It was probably like 29 moved here. And then there was a trickle in of some other guys. And it was kind of a trickle over like the first 4 or 5 months. Like guys from Phoenix, it took like 1 and then like 2 more came. Like it was kind of a little rush in the beginning. After that, then it was a little trickle, like 1 a month, another a month. This month, like I said, this week, another guy's moving in actually. There's a guy visiting and then there's a guy moving in. Uh, Last month, 2 guys moved in here. So that's how that happened. Then there were 4 houses here, and yeah, finances was it for some of the guys. They just never got anything better than an Uber driving job, man. If you got to have real value to learn AZD, and you got to be committed. I'm not gonna lie, from what I know of psychology, like real psychology, and what I know of the actual dropouts that were high level, that I knew them much better, uh, it almost always comes down to a girl. Almost always it comes down to a girl, including mom or sister, some suppressive voice in the person's head, and their inability to be honest about how they're spending their money and where they're going with their money. Because on by the books, on the budget, nobody should have dropped out. based on money. So when I say financial, from the bottom of my heart, I don't believe that. They had character flaws that they couldn't, and you wouldn't know that until you live with a bunch of guys that are working on themselves a lot. You don't know how many character flaws you're living with that are going unnoticed, uncalled out. Nobody is talking about it. They're just letting you slide because they have character flaws. So it's very uncomfortable for the person's ego. And when they see, like I said, the road looks a lot shorter than it is, when they see how much work it actually takes to change your life with women, to change your character, the work it takes, you have to be able to confront your weaknesses. They shy away, man. They're little girls about it. They learn a little bit of potent tricks and tips, and then they see if I leave IMC, I save the money that I was spending, and I could use that money to get some girls. Usually they'll get some girls for about 2 to 6 months, then they crash. And then there's no coming back because AZD will charge them $50,000 if they want to come back. Because literally, he saved their life. How many of the dropouts do I have to? It would be funny if you gave me somebody's name that was a dropout. I will show you a testimony where they say something to the effect of AZD saved their life. You just have to name the dropout. I have those videos. And in some cases, they were in daily mentorship class and those got deleted. He deleted them. So in some cases, I don't actually have the testimony. But in many of them, I do have the testimony. That's what's so amazing. That's why I start with a man needs to be a man of his word. Like, bro, that's how you treat a guy who saved your life. Like, I was seeing one of these hater comments that were on one of the videos I saw you on. I don't know if I saw you on it, but this guy Freedom Ranger or whatever turned total hater. And the thing about it is these students like Obed and Freedom Ranger who like were commenting were lying. Like, in order to get you to believe them, they have to lie to make it like that. And you know they're lying because they'll never show up to stream with just me. Just me. They'll never dialogue it out. And I wish I had recorded the phone calls with them because they weren't whistling that tune when last I spoke to them. Except for Freedom Ranger, but Freedom Ranger has his own set of issues. The guy is, I mean, what am I like? We're taking on the outcasts. Because if you're not an outcast, you don't even want to learn game. You're like, I'm doing okay. If you're not an outcast, then you're comfortable. People are approving of you. It's very difficult to go against all their approval. You'd have to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. Outcasts can learn AZD's game. Guys who have real value can learn AZD's game. If you're an outcast who has real value, like I was the bad boy of the yoga community. I was the bad boy of the academic community, bro. I was the yogi of the academic, which was already kind of a bad boy because I didn't agree with their liberal, godless fucking philosophies. I believed in karma because I saw it for myself. Then when I got into game and I was learning AZD's game, I was really a bad boy of that community. Then I got fully into yoga, teaching yoga, and I was the bad boy of yoga. All the other guys, teachers in the world are soft and weak. Wait, so if most of the guys who dropped out couldn't handle the relationship dynamics with women, but they were trained directly with you and AZD over a year, doesn't that mean the teachings didn't actually work for them? Well, that's what I'm saying in this stream. You don't know how weak you are until you get a beautiful woman. So, for example, one of the dropouts, I'll go ahead and name him Sultan. Sultan was a virgin when he started learning from AZD. Very, very awkward, ugly, skinny, like a toothpick skinny, and would literally go depressed for like 2 or 3 days a month, where he would be in his room and not come out, living with AZD. We didn't know he was that dark of an individual. From that, 4 years later, he had banged a bunch of dancers and he had a girlfriend who was a 9.5. Hot girlfriend. Older than him by like 2 or 3 years, but hot. Because, Sultan was 10 years younger than me. Until you get that woman who's all about you and you're spitting AZD game to her because you know vivid imagery and how to move her mind and emotions and she's in love with you. And now you don't want to lose that. Now AZD's like, bro, you've been owing me money. I've been giving you these camps for free because you said you were going to pay me. Now you pay me. So now he needs to pay him. And he's like, well, fuck, if I get all this money, I'm going to lose my girl because I'm going to be broke as a joke. Yeah. So that's what the girl, you could say it's finances, but he paid most of his debt and then dropped out. And then was seen with the other dropouts and talking all kinds of shit. I have him on Telegram. I know Sultan's grammar better than he knows his own fucking grammar. He'll make some fake bots and try to, like, he's what do you call it? A troller. It's like his nature. But AZD took that guy from such a piece of shit in the game to someone who is considered handsome, who gets mistaken for movie stars. Literally. Now, I guarantee he's crashing. His girl already broke up with him. I've seen it. And then I could name other guys. So yeah, he got prepared for that game and then had character flaws deeper and deeper and deeper, man. We're going to the root of psychology. If you believe in ancestral karma, if you believe in that, like you got some fucked up people in your ancestry. You can look at the bright side, but you also got some fucked up characteristics from them. And they are buried and caked over by all your habits. And when you start opening up, you have deep darkness in you. I know because I have to overcome it. I'm stronger than those dropouts are. Every single one of them are afraid of me because they're weak. They would not confront me face to face. You say we beat them up, bro. I will talk to them in such a way that they will have no choice but to try to hit me, and they will be afraid to hit me because I can beat them up, but I'm never going to put a hand on them unless they start it. Ever. I'm better at talking and fighting than them. That's why they're afraid of me. And that's game. If you can't talk, you don't got game. I can make those guys fight me, and then they'll lose. But I wouldn't do that because it's a waste of time. But you should know the power of communication and being unaffected by other people. There's hater videos out there. This guy made I can't believe he had like 1,000 views on this 3 hour video just talking about AZD and me. It was amazing. And, you know, that guy, it would be his dream to get in a fight with me. I have no desire to interact with that guy. Okay, not trying to be disrespectful, just yeah, because what you're saying makes sense. I see what you're saying. I don't think you're a hater from how I don't think a hater could write the grammar that you're saying, but I could be wrong. So time will tell. Okay, back to the master. Sultan dropped out. I thought he was he was high ranking, and then he dropped out. Look, he actually got kicked out before he officially dropped out. But it was kind of like when you see a girl doesn't respond to your text for a few days, you're like, I'm fucking breaking up with you. You're a piece of shit. And then she had probably already cheated on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so did he drop out? Did he get kicked out? He will be haunted. He has AZD tattooed all over him, and he will be haunted by his ability to attract a woman and his inability to do anything with it. Because AZD made that dude very attractive. And then he has no game after that. That's why we would go to the club and him and his girlfriend would be glued together while we're all laughing at him. Like, bro, your girl is leeching your energy. She's like a spider wrapped around you. Lex, he was always a weirdo. He got a gun tattooed on his neck and he never owned a gun before. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of phony, you know. I never really thought about it like that. I didn't, I thought it was a cool tattoo that he couldn't really wear or own, but he had his own story for it, and I believed it. Like, it's cool. I don't knock that tattoo, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, primal status, dude, that guy is obsessed. That's amazing. Like I'm flattered that he included me in his video. Like, bro, really me? Me? Thank you. Wow, you really think that like I'm worth talking about? So much life energy I'm harvesting from his attention on me. I'm getting stronger. Keep feeding me your energy. Like, what a loser. Shit. Angelica, I'm an onion peel, me one layer at a time. Woo. That's fucking sexy. Dinsmint, you have any tips on doom scrolling? I have a problem with that. I don't know what that means. If you can say what that is. Cool. All right. All right, guys. Uh, yeah, right on. Right on. Brother, Usman, if you want to join the Telegram group, it'd be great to dialogue on Zoom next time I do the Zoom. I also announce when AZD goes live on the Telegram group. Okay, Care on Zoom or anybody else? I gotta go definitely in 8 minutes. I gotta go. So I'll give it, 20, 30 seconds. If you got anything, go ahead, comment. Guys on YouTube, obviously like five or six of you have been watching for like the last 40 minutes. You don't have anything to say? I guess it's Lex and Usman. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. And Lex, if I can't answer the comments, I don't know if you copied them. Feel free to copy them. Scrolling on TikTok all day, doom scrolling. Well, you know, I've done that maybe once or twice. Not all day. I've done it like at night, more than I should have. I don't know, dude. It's a habit. You got to break the habit. You got to do something you enjoy. The first thing that came to me is work out, exercise. But that takes effort. Sometimes you might be fat. I don't know anything about you. So, you know, I mean, if you want to come live, I could talk about it and see, but it's at the end of the day, you probably want women and you're chasing social media, trying to fill your mind with creative ideas that make you feel good. But really, if you had a beautiful woman, you'd feel good. And you need to fill in the habits that keep the woman in your life, that attract her and keep her in your life. So that your habits of doom scrolling, you won't keep any women with that. I mean, she'll be doom scrolling while you're doom scrolling, and there's no relationship. There's like these little Oriental couples that are like on their fucking phone like that. It's dumb. So you got to change your whole life around, man. I would start with doom scrolling the IG, the TikTok account. Like you should doom scroll the 450 clips that I've put of AZD. By the end of that, then you should get an AZD program or watch some of the live streams or something that I have posted on YouTube. Like that's what I don't know what else to tell you. Like you got to change your life around, your habits, your understandings. Why do you hate John Anthony though? I did a whole stream and I talked about that. I don't want to talk about it again. False prophet, guys, I don't hate him. I think that I hate what I hate is evil. And anything that's weak is evil. And the guy, John Anthony, came out as a hater for AZD and thought that the game was phony. And so he's misleading guys, which is evil. Uh, I mean, I don't know how you think that they're hot, but why does he have no girlfriends that are worth looking at? And how long has he had those girlfriends? I think he has one wife that he married. And why did he have to go to a second world country to get the women? I don't want non-Americans. Any guy that has to get leave America to have game, it should be a red flag. And so that's like I was a Division 1 wrestler. I could have been a Division 2 All-American national champion, but I wanted to be Division 1. I didn't make it, but that's me. I want to be in the best. It doesn't mean as much if you go to like Thailand or something and you fuck a bunch of prostitutes. Have you ever noticed that Brazilian women are loose? Like if you had American dollars in Brazil, you'd live high. And if you had the idea that I'm going to fuck a lot of women, so that's what that is. And so that's just weak game. That's like me going to, I don't know, fucking North Dakota and saying I'm a great wrestler. Bro, go to New York, go to fucking California, go to Oklahoma, and then you can say that you're a good wrestler. Ohio, Pennsylvania, those are New Jersey. Like you go where it's good if you want to be the best. So if you're just going on lay count, there are also porn stars who have laid a lot more than that, but is that good game? Who am I to judge? But if they turn around and hate on AZD, then let me tell you, you're fucked up, bro. You can't keep multiple long-term relationships. You had to leave the country to get, quote, hotties. You got slutty foreigners, monkeys in their civilization. They're not civilized. Not all Brazilians. I'm just saying the girls that you're getting with, man. You're getting party girls in a second world country. What the fuck civility is that? You want your daughters looking up to that? If you had a daughter, would you want them getting with a guy just like you? Because you're definitely not taking care of 2,000 women. So you're not having 2,000 relationships. I didn't like when Coach Armand, yeah, man. I mean, Armin's an idiot. I don't even know why you call him Coach Armand. That guy is a retard. Just so dumb. That's another guy that would never confront me in person. And I'm a student of AZD. If he confronted me in person, I would go live and we would see how dumb and emotional and weak and pathetic and scared he is. And if he ever put hands on me, you would see how weak and pathetic he is. He'd have to pull a gun, which is why I would never meet him in person. Because that guy is so loony, he would carry a gun. The guy is insane and has no proof of his game. He also admitted that he slept with trannies. So why are you bringing that up then? If you're bringing it, what? You better post a clip, bro. Bro, if you add me on Telegram, send me a clip. If you got anything on that, I'll pay you fucking $10. If you have a clip of him admitting that, that's fucking hilarious. I would post that on my business accounts and then let him hate. Fuck, what the fuck? I can't give any more emotion to that because I don't have any proof of that. So that's enough for that. Okay, guys. That's it for that. Go to imcbase1.com. Free stuff there. Newsletter, 100 pieces of content from AZD you won't find anywhere else. And obviously get involved somehow. I mean, come to Vegas. This is the system. It's here. All right, everybody.